Welcome back to Real Talk. Today's episode will be featuring Pro Evolution Soccer. It's just me and Deebuk today, so let's dive straight in.
Do you think it's acceptable for it to be 2016? And bear in mind we were talking about 10 years ago with the names and stuff. Do you think it's still acceptable for them not to have licenses? Because I think they've got the Italians, Spanish, they've got Champions League, something that FIFA don't have, and I think they've got the Euros. I think Duke was saying it on FIFA that they had the Euros. So surely if they can get that, why can't they get the other ones?
It's probably just cost them too much. That's the thing, because we all know EA has the money to acquire their licenses, and that's all it is really.
That's it.
It's the money. So PES, in comparison to EA, in terms of size and resources and funds, it probably would not be profitable at all if they were to put all their funds into acquiring licenses so that the game was fully licensed. So it could even be a case of there's license exclusivity where only one company can have certain leagues, or so that's probably a factor.
Do you think that holds them back?
100%.
Presentation. Do you
more
think
so?
Say like if all I knew was FIFA, so say like the younger viewers that are watching, if all you know is FIFA and you jump on Pro Evolution, everyone's saying, "Oh, this used to be a good game. You play it. You want to play Manchester City." You sit and you see Manchester Blue. You're looking through the list. You're like, what are these teams?
You have to work out.
What are these teams? Who are these players? Why is this player in the team when he got sold? Why is Dzeko still in the team? Because he probably is in this one or something like that. Something silly like that.
Yeah.
And it's just for the younger viewers and younger generation that play football games. I don't see any appeal at all to play Pro Evolutions. I think the gameplay is still the same as when we played. I think it's maybe slightly better than 2008. I have played this year's one, and it did feel alright. I think one thing I can say that is better on FIFA is the passing, because Pro Evolution passing has always been you press A, you press X, it's going there. I've played a few games, and I don't know, I think they've gone back to the olden days, but I just think it's too late now. It's too late now. It's like
they'd have to do something drastic, or EA would have to screw up.
Well, if EA...
And the thing is, EA have screwed up.
EA has screwed up, and I would love to play Pro Evolution, but I would play Pro Evolution. Pro Evolution wasn't that.
That's the thing.
It wasn't that. I think it's been a very bad year for football games. I think both games haven't been
I think
under par.
we're probably now at a point where if PES had the best gameplay ever, it's maybe 30%, 50% of why someone would buy the game.
Yeah,
so you need perfect online servers. You need game modes that are gonna bring people, online game modes that are gonna bring people together. I'm not talking 2v2. We need 11v11.
Yeah.
FIFA did that. Was it first year in 10 or 11?
FIFA 10
11v11.
Yeah.
As far as I know, PES does not have that, and we're in 2016, 6 years later. So,
do you think they have the capability for
they clearly don't
even thinking that? Because I think they tried in PES 2009. I think they had 4v4.
They obviously don't have the resources.
Well,
because why would you not put it in the game? You've seen the success in
okay, so how about this? You know, EA don't really care about pro clubs or pretty much any other mode apart from Ultimate Team. If PES focus their game on that side of things, do you think it would be more successful? Or
I think we have to just go back to presentation, because I feel like it matters even more these days, because back when it was PS2, N64, PS3, let's be real, I could count the amount of squares that I could see in the graphics on screen. But now, where if someone's walking past your screen, they can't tell if that's a real football game or it's a game. We're now at a point where presentation is a huge factor.
When you look about it, when we're doing our player face videos,
Exactly.
even if someone's face is not correct, a lot of YouTube comments are complaining about it. So they complain. To be fair, PES's faces are actually
sometimes they're good. Sometimes the thing is when
players,
they're awful, they're just awful.
The main players is alright, but
didn't Raphael have dreadlocks?
Yeah,
one year
yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, dreadlocks. I don't know, some gangbanger or something.
And I don't know if PES still has the customizability, because that's a huge thing. If FIFA had the levels of customization that we've had in previous Pro Evolutions, I think that would probably take the game to another level. But whether EA are scared that if we let people customize things too much, they'll be able to do things that they don't want, or maybe, you know, they might have issues with the people that they get the licenses from.
When it comes to customization now in FIFA, it's pretty basic. It hasn't changed from 2012, has it? 2011.
Throw in a couple hairstyles,
celebrations. That's what they do, really.
A few free kick stances.
But other than that, they haven't really.
Go and be happy with that.
They really haven't, like the faces, and stuff.
They
try to add your own face,
and even that wasn't all that great.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but if you can imagine the customizability of PES at its finest, and then you throw that into clubs, just that alone would take that game mode to another level. But
okay, would you buy PES if it had that? If it had clubs, 11v11, would you buy it? And FIFA did not improve clubs at all.
Yeah, or
and they don't care about it. They didn't even mention it. Would you buy a PES?
I think if the thing with clubs is you need people to play with.
Definitely.
So I'm not looking to go into online lobbies and start trying to recruit people. If I don't have a set bunch of guys that I know, whether they're just online friends or people I know in real life, to play a mode like that, then I'm not going to be involved regardless. But if I had those people, and PES was a good game that year, and clubs in FIFA was awful, UT was awful, I didn't even want to play it, then it wouldn't hurt to be like, okay, why not give it a try?
Yeah.
See if we can relive some of our old memories. Of playing PES.
Definitely.
And give it a shot. If it's trash, then you can go sell the game.
Take that L.
Simple.
Hold that L.
Exactly.
On to my last question. Can you see PES ever catching FIFA? In 2-3 years, let's say. Because they've been playing catch up since 2008 now.
Easiest question you've asked me. I can answer it in one word: no.
Why?
To elaborate.
I
think one of the fundamental problems is now the gap's just too big. We just look at Konami; they're struggling.
Konami is struggling.
How many titles do they even have now as a company?
Apparently, Konami make most of their money now in Japan through gym memberships and stuff. They have loads of gyms in Japan, so I think that's where they're making most of the money. As you can see, they dropped, not arguably, their biggest name in Kojima, and now he's at Sony, so they can't even afford to keep him on, despite Metal Gear Solid doing decent amount of numbers.
Yeah.
It actually did a decent amount of numbers. I think a lot of people said it's their game of the year, but because they spent so much money on that, they can afford to maybe spend money on PES, and I think
it shows.
It does show, like PES. So like if they spent the amount of money on Metal Gear Solid on their PES games, or even half of it, because I think they spent a ridiculous amount on that game, then you probably have a good football game. But obviously Metal Gear Solid is one every 5, 6, 7 years, isn't it? So PES is every year, so they don't really.
The amount of resources for a good Metal Gear Solid game, probably a lot higher.
But also, what do they need to do for to even think about catching up? What's the main thing? Presentation? Would it presentate?
Yeah.
So if they had the licenses and stuff.
Okay, in an ideal world, acquire all the licenses. At least give yourself a playing field that's even. Before we talk about gameplay, we're talking about. I put the disc in. and I'm looking at the menus
Yeah.
and the stadiums and all that stuff, the kits, the clubs, the player
Like, even
names.
the menus look outdated. don't they?
Exactly.
It's
Like give at least
Like I'm
if
stuck
there's
in
if there's a
2002.
level playing field, then that would give them an opportunity to convert people, because if there's always people that say, I'm not feeling FIFA this
Let's
year.
be honest, FIFA 16 was terrible this
Exactly.
year. It's terrible, but what other
But you don't really
alternatives
have
do you
an
You're gonna play
alternative.
PES,
Exactly.
you'll play a bit of PES and you realise this game ain't for me. It's not.
Yeah. It doesn't have the online
Yeah.
game modes that
Doesn't
I
have
expect.
like online game modes. I remember I was reading an article when PES 2016 came out, and there was like 2-3 second button delay. That's
Unacceptable.
That's ridiculous. Imagine that's you pressing A and it not happening after 1, 2, 3. Then that's not acceptable. In 2016, 15, 16, that's still happening. That's another thing. Your game has to be suitable for online, because it has changed. Society has changed. Not everyone goes out. Not everyone's always out and about with their friends, go to their friend's house.
Realistically, how much offline football do you play?
Never. I don't think.
Other than recording videos for YouTube?
Never. I think I find it very hard to play offline games unless it's a single player offline game. If I know it's because I'm a very competitive player, so if I know there's online, I can play online, other people online, I would do that. I would probably train and stuff, do a bit of training mode or something, and then play online. But I don't think I'd play. I don't play career mode. I don't play manager mode. I don't really play them. They don't appeal to me. So online is a massive factor. So if PES online is not that great, that's automatically put me off already. I know they've fixed it now. Apparently they've patched it, so I don't want to go too much into that. So because they have patched it, but that was one of the issues when the game first came out, and I think the transfers are still not up to date and stuff like that. Like,
the thing is, I think of so many things that were in FIFA, and I think, are they even in PES? Like, can they push out transfer updates in a patch or in a little update?
Yeah, that's like
do they even do that? Are they capable? Just stuff like that.
Yes.
It's a mess.
It is a mess. But the thing is, the whole football gaming scene is a mess at the moment. And that's it for Real Talk PES Edition. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Let us know what you think. If there's anything you'd like to see in a future Real Talk episode, then do let us know in the comments.
Remember to hit that like button, and most importantly, subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on social media.
You guys have been great.
I've been great.
Thanks for watching. Peace. Like, into two, not even half-hearted, like the two ends of the disc are touching.
It's on the gimmicky side of football. All it had was the presentation, but the gameplay, realistically, was awful.